And welcome to the program. Thanks for joining us on this finally Friday. It is 106:03 right now, and a balmy 69 degrees outside. A little breezy, but hey, it's a cloudy day. We'll run down that forecast coming up here in just a moment. But if you want to be a part of our show today, join in on the conversation, ask some questions, you're always welcome and encouraged to call us on that Red Wing shoe line, 701-293-9000. Emails to the program, also weather or ag at flagfamily.com. You can find our live streams on Facebook and YouTube Live, and we'll also be there on Acres TV. Dean, Bridgette, what's going on today on this finally Friday? We made it through another week somehow, and we're still here.
A little chilly for me, but I know you like it.
This ain't that bad. Come on.
It's going to be fine.
We'll be fine. We'll be just fine. You hear that, Dean? We'll be just fine.
I hope you're right.
Well, if I'm not, I don't think you'll have much of a say in it anyways.
I'm hoping that we're going to be just fine. And it's been a nice rain. It hasn't been a huge downpour. Okay, aside from the other night in Bismarck. Sorry, folks. And maybe your basement, Justin. But like right here, I've had a really nice 2-inch soaking rain. That means it's gone into the ground, and I'm very excited that we're going to have good subsoil moisture with that.
Yeah, things are pretty good up north. A good 3 to 5 inches. I've rounded out now at 4 at my house.
Nice.
That's a good soaking rain. I'll tell you that for a fact.
It really is.
It's a good
and
soaker.
We're now going to turn up the heat just a little bit for the next few days. Would that be the
Sure,
case?
why not? Dean, would you concur?
I don't know if I'd say warmer.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
It's not 69. Well, I mean, at some point over the weekend, it will be, but it'll get warmer than that,
But see,
right?
as Bridgette said, we need more heating units here.
Well, it's just not going
We
to
do.
happen, man. You're going to
Next
have
week.
to deal with what you get, and
Next-
at
yep.
least there's some.
Why don't you go out there with a blow dryer and help?
Bridgette, do you think that would work as if we just kind of put up some plastic walls around the field and pumped in some good heat and humidity? Would that do something for the kern, or is it like, hey, this is hacks, this don't count?
Now, Bridgette, keep in mind,
You're
he had a martini lunch today, so
I
Justin,
ate
you're going to need a lot of
fermented
plastic.
oranges.
A lot of plastic.
They were strong, too.
I can tell.
Holy moly.
Maybe you should clean up the
wonder
snack drawer
those-
more often if they're fermented.
No wonder those birds eat those cherries off the trees in the winter.
Yeah.
That's true.
You ever see the squirrel eat all the berries and then he's tripping over the snow?
The dude fell right out of a tree branch right there.
Oh, pretty funny. Anyway, we got some fun things coming up on the show today. We got a lot of shenanigans in store as we won't have a guest. We got lots of ag topics to check on the forecast. And also, we will be doing Dumb Off Trivia again today in our second or third segment. So lots of fun things to come from that. And may we never, ever let this one die.
What colors mix to make green?
Red and orange.
What color was that, Dean?
Red and orange. Red and orange. Red and orange.
I still
wait,
think
you
about
forgot the
that.
second part. When Addison said, I've never heard anyone so confidently wrong before.
Yeah, we'll be getting that, and I'm sure we'll find some fun places to plug that into the show. That'll be a gift
Yes, we
that doesn't
will.
stop giving. All right, there. What do we got here on the Red Wing shoe line? We got the All-Powerful is on line 1. What's going on, All-Powerful?
Well, I want to know where you want me to deliver this truckload of heating units.
We're going to be approximately 16 miles east of Harwood, Bridgette. Big sign on the right.
Yeah, 15 and a half.
Oh,
You'll
I think
find
I
us.
passed it. It's that one. Is it that one where it looks like Wysocki's trying to sell timeshares?
That's the one.
Yeah, it's the one with the tall corn.
Yeah, exactly. The corn that's taller than him.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dean
John,
gets
if you're
lost.
going by there, John, if you're going by there, number one, send me a picture of it because I'm not going to get there till Monday. And then 2, tell me if the tile pump is running. I'd appreciate that. Thanks for doing my homework. See you next week.
You know, how come I always get tasked to do everybody else's job?
Well, I don't know. You think you'd learn
You're just
after
that
the
good.
4th time.
You would you would think by, like the 40th or 50th time that I would catch
Red and orange.
But,
Right.
yeah, red and orange, sure. Blue?
Yeah. What color makes green?
Last time
Red
I
and orange.
checked. Yeah, okay. Sure. Right.
You can tell it's a Friday around
I'm
here.
going to go unload these. I'm going to go unload these heating units so the corn grows.
All right. Appreciate
Thanks,
it,
John. Have a good weekend,
Thanks.
man. Get those snow
Much
blowers ready.
appreciated.
Why?
Because the Farmer's Almanac said we were supposed to have a snowy winter.
Are you sure? Did it say snowy winter or periods of snow?
I don't know. Snow.
Well, that makes me
Snowier than last
that
winter.
makes me kind of scared.
Well,
If
But
we have to
I have a
deal
question.
with snow.
If you're thinking about the Farmer's Almanac in comparison to the LRC,
there is
then
none.
I want to know. Well, what I want to know is when will we be doing our winter weather special? Is that something we know yet? When do we
no.
think we might do it? People are
did
going to
it
want to pay
at
attention.
20
End of November.
Let's do it
early
on
December.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think we did it end of November last year, if I'm
I
not
think it was-
mistaken.
let's do it on the 20. This is dirty week. Oh, that's September. Thank God. All right, now we're okay.
Let's not do that.
All right, yeah, let's do it on the 28th. Is it the
November.
Is it the last Thursday that's Thanksgiving, or is it the
Third-
third?
Varies
third
each
week.
year.
Okay, so let's do
Third
it on
week.
the 28th then,
After Thanksgiving.
the week after Thanksgiving. Because then we're
Well,
almost
we'll
through
know
winter.
more.
We'll already have a great idea of what's happening.
Yeah. We already got a couple of big storms under our belt. Well, we'll have above normal snow for
Yeah,
this
well,
winter.
we're 20 inches in so far, and we got a lot more to go. Buckle up.
Well, with any luck, the cycle will be reset because my question now is, considering we've had rain for the last couple of days, is this our Christmas storm reoccurring on the same pattern, or is it different right now?
To be honest, I couldn't even answer that, Bridget. I'm not sure. Dean, do you know if this
The
is
storm-
that storm that came through on Christmas?
Let's see. This came
I don't know.
through.
What would
I'd
that
have
be,
to
3
rewind.
cycles
This
ago?
came through July 1st.
90, 135.
So July 1st, and then you're gonna have to keep going back about 45 days
What's
from there.
135 plus 45, 180. So we got to go back 215 days. Would that bring us back to December? That'd be January
haven't seen this-
14th. So
I haven't seen this
No.
much math since literally a math counts competition in high school.
this is, holy moly, we're going back 300 days. This is October 11th. This is that first week of October and the last week of November, if I believe I've got that right.
And didn't we have a great big snowstorm then?
I'm
that
pretty
then
sure we
resulted
had
in very
rain
little
45
snow?
days ago. I'm pretty sure it rained 91 days before that, and we had 2 storms that ripped through that first week of October and the last week of November. So, yeah, I'd say things are pretty spot on with that. Hey, we got
Well, there
another
we go.
caller here. Hi, Tony. What's going on?
Hey, I got a question, and I'm gonna put you guys on the spot a little bit.
Sure.
So, climate change. What's your take on climate change?
Oh boy, red and orange.
Oh.
Yeah, that's about it. What? Like,
The reason I ask,
in terms of what?
well, global or the warming, because, and Bridget, I'm sorry, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Yesterday, I heard about your ag report where you were talking about the strawberries, and due to global warming, the price is going to go up, or there's shortages.
Oh,
So I'm
Yep.
just curious, or climate change. So I'm just kind of curious, like, it depends on what meteorologist you talk to, what weatherman you talk to, on all of that stuff. And I mean, the climate's constantly changing, and so I don't know.
I think
it's one of those tinfoil hat things, in my personal opinion. And
Yeah,
Here's-
I feel you, Tony.
yeah. I think Justin and
I think we'll give you all our thoughts. They might be different, but go for it.
We mostly feel, I think, the same. Is the climate warming? Of course it is. There's no way around it. Now, with that being said, a lot of these global warming, we'll call them alarmists. A lot of this is funded to, push the issue. Now, there's nothing wrong with being climate aware. There's nothing wrong with doing stuff to save the environment. That's all great. But for them to push the agenda that humans are, for the most part, solely responsible, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's absolutely absurd. And again, a lot of the agenda is.
Do you understand what I'm asking,
So
I guess?
Yes, I do. And I think there's a
Do you understand what I'm asking,
So
I
I-
guess?
Yes, I do. And I think there's a couple of things to that, Tony. One of them is, are we seeing the earth warm? I think we can show records that do on a small basis, right? It's moving up a couple, 3 degrees. But what we don't know is this normal? The earth is millions of years old, and we have only been keeping records for somewhere around 200 to 240, depending on where you are in the world. So this may be normal. Is it warming up where it's making some of the cooler growing regions for strawberries more difficult to raise them because it's not what it used to be? I think we can probably say that, but we didn't always raise strawberries there either. Strawberries are not native to California. So I think there's a lot of things that you have to factor in, and you're very smart about it, Tony, by saying I think there's a big part of this is political. Some of it we just don't know, and we may have to adapt.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it just gets so frustrating, and that climate change is trying to control farming now, and has gotten big time into farming, and and is. I don't know. Your tongue gets tied a little bit when you come talking about this because it gets so frustrating that all you can do is legitimately shake your head. And I mean, if you believe in the Ice Age, hasn't the world been constantly warming since the Ice Age? I guess.
Right.
Well, and if you remember, Tony, I don't know how old you are, but back when Al Gore said, like, by 2030, I think he said, the East Coast was going to, parts of the East Coast are going to be underwater, the coastal regions.
Oh, we
obviously,
still got 6 years then.
Yeah, we still have 6. Yeah. So, I mean, again, that's just being an alarmist, and there's enough of the fear mongering. We all know the planet is warming, but like Bridgette said, we could be going through a cycle where we're just, the planet is warming, and to think that that humans, I mean, we're microscopic in terms of Mother Earth, that we can control that, a fraction of the global warming.
Well, Tony, appreciate the phone call and the conversation. That was great.
Thank you, sir.
Call us again
Thank you.
anytime.
That's
But
a hot button topic. I love it.
You need more than 150 to maybe 200 years of weather data to really start pushing a climate whatever. I mean, you can't just say a 30-year average is what your climate is going to be, because we've all seen what's happened over the last 50 years where we've gone from a dry decade to a wet decade to a quote-unquote normal decade. Now we're back into a dry decade, and it's a hot one. Yes, it's been warming year to year, and as you had said, Dean, in the grand scheme of things, is that us? Is it normal? Is that just the Earth? If you go back and do carbon dating and different snow samplings and ice coring and whatnot, you can go back hundreds of thousands of years ago. You can find carbon dioxide levels way higher than they are today, methane levels that were way higher than they were today, global temperatures that were way warmer than they are today. And it just goes into the grand scheme of how long is that up and down cycle that continues to play out on the Earth.
If I could remind everybody that just due to my age, I have lived through the acid rain scare. All the smog in Los Angeles was going to suffocate the entire state, and so far they're still there. The hole in the ozone layer that was going to completely destroy us, which you're welcome. I put my own hole in it due to the Aquanet of like 1989. And here we are on a global green agenda.
Okay,
these things will change.
Bridgette, you forgot one. You forgot one. What about all of the chemtrail spraying that's going on that's poisoning? Now, does that go towards global warming, or does the chemtrail spraying just go towards poisoning us?
Gosh.
To
Dean,
kill us all off.
When Dean talked about global warming there for a moment, he sort of sounded smart, and then he completely mixed that whole thing by going into the chemtrails.
What colors mix to make green?
Red and orange.
Which two colors?
Red and orange.
Orange isn't even primary.
And on that note, gentlemen, it is time for the American Ag Network. We're going to go take care of business with them. When we come back, please continue to send us your phone calls, 701-293-9000, the Red Wing Shoe line. We'll take emails and so much more, weather or ag at flagfamily.com. We'll be right back.
Our matey.
Welcome back to Weather and Ag in Focus. Thank you for joining us. So glad that you're spending your afternoon with those of us here at Weather and Ag in Focus. And a big thank you to the folks who are helping us with our 20 acres of corn custom grown over at Glendon, Minnesota. Pivot Bio has been out in the field literally with us with our corn as they have helped to make sure that we have enough nitrogen to get us through the season. Thank you to Pivot Bio and all the good work that they've done, as well as to Foltz Buildings. If you have a building project in mind, give those folks at Foltz a call. They can help bring your dreams to reality, whether it's a cabin, a shop/house type project, machine sheds, farm shops, and so much more. Talk to Foltz Buildings. All right, folks, we also want to encourage you that because we are raising corn this year and we're going to be at Big Iron will be the week after Labor Day, we want to let you know that you can be guessing our yield on our corn crop. And if you swing by our booth and also the booth for IntelliFarms from Castleton, you can register your vote for our corn yield. If you're actively farming, you'll be registered to win a grain gauge for your grain bins. And for anyone, there is a rain gauge. So 2 gauges, 2 chances to win, especially if you actively farm. We'll give away one of those grain gauges. Whew. All right. I think we're there with all of the thank yous for the moment. Gentlemen, where would you like to go next? Are we going to try to stump ourselves in trivia, or are we not going to have enough time for that? We got to wait until after the bottom of the hour.
We will hold on trivia for now.
Okay.
And, yeah, technical problems. My computer is all bugged out right now, so I don't even have any of our topics that we're talking about right now.
So was that due to Dean sending messages in your email account while we were on break?
Well, I don't know how that would. That wasn't me.
I don't know. That looks like an email Justin would send.
Oh, you really? Oh, geez,
That's what I'm
it
telling
now?
you. You know.
If I reset this, will it screw stuff up? I guess we're gonna find
Yes.
out
There's only one way to find
because
out.
I'm restarting.
What's better than live
Oh
on
my,
air?
I can't even restart the computer.
But you know what? I can help. All right, here we go. So, did you know that cattle can help you be firefighters? They don't exactly hold the hoses or drive the trucks. But in the situation where if you have cattle or sheep and you want to send them out for grazing, they can help to take care of a lot of that undergrowth, also called ladder fuel, that helps to spread fire very quickly. And so if you are an absentee landowner, or maybe you have bought land that you specifically want as hunting ground, consider having it grazed, because especially in our western states, it is very helpful to have a lot of that undergrowth taken out of the possibility of being part of a forest fire. And so cattle can actually be very helpful with that. They're kind of like a firefighting hero, but like I said, they just can't drive the trucks or hold the hose when they do it. If that's not going to work, if you're not going to have cow-calf pairs or sheep out on that pasture land or that grazing land, consider just some logging to take out some of those things. You can thin it, chip it, just do more to reduce the forest fuel load that you might be finding in that grass-dominated landscape. So friendly reminder, because we do know with harvest, sparks can fly and we can start to see things catch on fire when they weren't intended to.
And Bridgette, Minnesota's got some down payment assistance grant program coming. Is that coming up, or is that currently going on?
So they already did the program in 2023, and what it does is if you are a first-time farm buyer in the state of Minnesota, there's a $15,000 grant up for grabs for you, and they actually do several of them. Requirements are that you have to be a farm with less than $250,000 in farm sales. It is a Minnesota state legislator funded program, so it is first come, first serve. There's a number of these given out. In fact, in the first 2 rounds, there were 71 different grants given. So approximately 71 folks got to start their farming operations. And for that $15,000, it really fits well for those who are getting into specialty crops like fruits, vegetables, maybe even industrial hemp. The next round of grants priority is indeed going to be given to producers that have gross sales of $100,000 or less at this time. There are other resources within the state of Minnesota that you can look at. They would include a beginning farmer tax credit and also a beginning farmer loan program. So check those things out within the Minnesota Department of Agriculture. They would be happy to help you get started in a variety of ways.
Right on, right on.
Did you get restarted over there? How
I
you
got
doing?
everything fixed because I am a stud.
That's what I hear.
So I've heard
Yeah, that's
through email.
Through email.
Got it.
Yeah. I am the best. Don't forget it. Don't tell everybody. Tell them all. How great
I'm
is he?
writing
So
it down.
great. He's the best.
They might not believe it, but
Yeah, they don't
we
need
can
to-
tell them.
Yeah, the first headline they see, they'll believe. That's all you got
Writing
to
it
say.
down as we speak.
Put it down. Put it up on the website, too. Anyway, we got to take a short moment here, get caught up with local news from the the newsroom here. When we come back, we have our dumb off trivia we need to do. And we still have several ag topics. And if you want to bring a topic up and start a conversation or just ask a question, feel free to do so. You're
Let's
always
talk about
welcome to.
chemtrail spraying.
Chemtrail Spray Day. 701-293-9000. That's the studio line, sponsored and brought to you by Red Wing Shoes. Or email weather or ag at flagfamily.com. We'll take a short moment. When we come back, the dumb off. And welcome back to the program. 1:34 on this Friday afternoon. Pretty cloudy out there, and temperature is holding near 70 degrees. A little breezy, and a few spittings of rain out there as well. We'll run down the forecast coming up here in our next segment. But it is time for the dumb off. We're going to play on your behalf. You guys excited? I'm hoping we get a couple more sounders out of this week.
Oh, you will.
I just got that feeling that we're going to, and we'll just keep adding.
All right.
So what's the dumb off? For those who've never heard or joined us for a dumb off segment, here are the rules.
It is time to determine who has the biggest smart in the dumb off. Here are the rules. Dean, Justin, Bridgette, and Addison will play on the listener's behalf. They will go through 2 or 3 rounds of the most grueling trivia questions on the planet. Whoever has the most points at the end will be awarded the big smart. The contestant they're playing for will win a prize, and all contestants will be entered into a drawing for the grand prize.
Oh, this ought to be good. This will either be the greatest or dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Appreciate it, Morgan. Thanks for educating everybody on how this is going to go down. Dean, you're going to be playing for Al A. I'm playing for Sarah L. And Bridgette, you're playing for Barry S. today. But Addison will be asking us the questions.
Call me Barry. I'm going to need a team event here.
Okay, is everyone ready? We're starting out with a grueling question right off the bat.
All right, red and orange.
Okay.
Not correct. Not this time. Okay, everyone, we're going back to elementary school, so think far. Which
Pencil
food?
case.
Really far for Dean.
Yes. Pencil case. Bonus points if it's glitter.
Oh, can we sniff the glue?
I can't say on radio. That's personal.
Haven't you done enough of that in your younger years?
Did you know that these grapes are fermented too?
Okay. Which food group is on the bottom of the original food pyramid?
Grains.
Yes.
Bread.
It is grains.
That's great.
You guys got to be quicker than that.
So, you said grains, I said bread. Fine.
Okay, well, what is it, grain or bread?
The sheet says grains, but I'm sure
Yeah, it's grains.
at that age in the textbook it was a picture of bread.
Right on. I'm a winner.
I get a half a point.
All right. So, completely unrelated. What was the name of Bambi's best friend?
Thumper.
Bumper.
Yes.
I think Bridgette got in there
Yeah,
first.
she got it just a little before you did. All right.
Quiet today, Dean.
Well, I'm looking up the answers.
You don't have the right sheet.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I learned from week 1.
This one, these were pretty recent, so let's see if anyone was paying attention. How long is an Olympic swimming pool in meters?
200. No.
9.
10.
9.
Justin has an ungodly large swimming pool,
Yeah.
and Bridgette and
I'd
Dean's
say-
are too small.
Really? 20?
Higher.
More.
What?
30.
50.
Okay.
Do I have 31?
I
31.
can't-
32,
52.
33, 34.
Justin
I
Justin
can't swim,
guessed
I
it
don't
after his
care.
multiple. Just float. Politely float around the pool.
I think we all got it wrong, so I don't think
Yes.
anyone gets a point here.
No one.
No.
Look at
Nobody.
that. No one knows how
Nobody.
big a swimming pool is.
Olympics.
Cannot swim.
Yeah,
Right here.
Bridgette,
Okay. What scale is an earthquake measured at?
Richter.
Yeah. Justin started saying it first, but Dean finished the word before Justin did.
All
Oh,
right, we'll
God.
give it to Dean. There you go. You got a point for finishing first.
Finally.
About time.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to break this one into 2.
Red and
The-
orange.
Not that kind of 2.
Oh.
Okay. So if you get the initial answer right, that's a point. But if you can spell the answer right, I'll give you another point.
Ooh.
Not that it's that hard, but I couldn't spell this without looking at it. Okay. Which animal is the tallest animal in the world?
Giraffe.
How do you
Giraffe.
spell giraffe?
Giraffe.
Okay. Well, Justin gets 2 points because he's cheating, surely.
Look at the guy who can't spell.
Am I
spelt
on a
right.
delay?
I know. I was just thinking that.
You
I'm
know,
like,
I've always thought that, Bridgette.
well,
Are
he'll
you?
get one.
I wonder if I am because
I
I'm like,
think
I
you
know
are.
I beat you. Fine. I'll just keep fighting for my fair
I
share.
wonder why. How do you have a delay?
I don't know, but I do know that there's been at least twice now I've said it, and I think I beat you. But anyway, I don't want to be a sore loser.
We'll give Bridgette
Sorry,
a
Barry.
mercy point on that.
Mercy point.
All right. There's another grueling question for your big minds. What shape is the shape of a stop sign?
Octagon.
Octagon.
That is octagon. Dean got it.
I think if Bridgette comes in within a second, we got to give it to her.
Oh, come on.
Well, I'm going to give you the point, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We might have to figure out.
I mean,
Maybe
if
I
she-
have to learn how to type super
If she's
fast.
stuck on delay, that's not fair.
She's not on delay. She's using that as an excuse.
Oh, is she just dumb?
Yeah. That's right.
She's playing with lag.
How does she keep skipping across the map so fast?
Superior gamer chair.
All right, well, I think we're all tied up here. 2, 2, and 2.
Okay.
Okay.
What? Ew. What
Ew.
is a human's largest organ?
Lungs.
Liver.
Skin.
Justin got it.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, skin. Yeah, that's
Rex
true.
Scrubs.
It's very true.
Okay. You would find the Mariana Trench in which ocean?
Pacific.
Yes.
Oh, it is in the Pacific. I thought I was going to categorize it as like the
Now,
the
why
Sea
did
of
you
Japan
sound
or
surprised
something.
that I knew that answer? That's what I want to know. Just because I
Particular
give
reason.
one red-orange answer, and I'll never live it down.
Green. Green. What colors make green? Red and orange? That's what you yelled out?
That's just a darker shade of orange.
Yeah, if you mix red and orange, you basically end up with the same color. How would you get green?
You've never seen me color as a kid.
Your art teacher must have been very impressed.
Oh,
with
she
your
was.
technique.
Very impressed.
Okay. Which planet is closest to our sun?
Mercury.
Mercury.
I don't
Bridget
think we
coming
can-
in just a second behind again.
Don't think we
Right
can give that to
there.
Bridget.
I
She's
think
a
that's
little late.
well, that's a three-way tie.
That was a three-way tie. Everyone everyone gets a point.
Everyone gets a point. All right.
Being very generous with our points today.
You're a great judge. Janae
I
could
know.
learn a thing or two from you.
Yeah.
You know what? I like the way you compliment. That's a bonus point for you. You get a bonus point.
Oh, if I knew there was,
Sucking up is
No.
finally getting me
Wait.
ahead.
if sucking up works, I brought Addison cake this week. Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll work on that next week.
Gotta make it match it on trivia day, I guess.
Yeah.
Make it.
All right.
All right, let's go. Another. Oh, I think the next. Yeah, this will end third round.
All right.
The next question.
Okay.
Final question of the third round. How many continents are there?
1, 2,
7.
7. Yeah. Good job, Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget got it. Good job, Bridget.
All right. Well, let's do one more round. See where we're at the end of that. Dean, again, you're playing for
Okay.
Al A. You have
Come on, Al.
earned
Root us
Al
on.
4 points. I'm playing for Sarah L, and I have graciously been awarded 5 points. And Bridget tied with Dean, playing for Barry S with 4
I've
points
got a
as
question.
well.
Why do all these people have one letter for a last name? This is odd.
Because I'm not going to give their full name on the radio.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. You want a fermented grape? They're kind of bitter, but they get the job done. Ow.
Sort of boozy.
Over there eating fermented grapes, and somehow he's winning. How does that even work? All right. Which scale is an earthquake measured on?
Come on,
You just
Dean.
did
We
this.
did that one.
You just did Richter.
Well, there we go. We've done it again. This is what I get for not marking the top. All right. What type of drink does the company LaCroix make?
Water.
LaCroix.
Water. It's like a seltzer water.
I'll give it to Bridget for
Flavored
that one.
water.
The answer is seltzer on the sheet.
Okay.
That. All right.
All right. Controversial question. I feel like we might have done this one before, but it's time to do it again. How many planets are in our solar system?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Since somebody took
But
Pluto away
don't-
from me.
Don't forget Pluto.
Never forget Pluto. I will never forget.
No.
Nor forgive.
What about that new one they just found, though, about a year ago?
Oh, Planet X.
Yeah.
Is that in
So
our-
it could be 9.
Is that in our solar system?
Well, I think it's traveling through it. I think technically
So then we're
it
back
is
to
a
10.
part. It is a part of the solar system. They just haven't officially observed it yet.
Planet X? They
Yeah.
give Twitter a whole planet?
Yeah, they did.
You know, give anyone planets these days. All right. What is an angle called if it's greater than 90 degrees?
Obtuse.
Obtuse.
Dean got it.
Oh, I was going to do the symbol with the big duck lips thing that you're supposed to do as a kid.
Hungry alligator or not so hungry alligator?
My school
Right.
didn't do that. I thought you were going to try to do like shadow puppets for a second there.
Oh, give me time. I'll shut the lights off and get started on that. So
All right.
All right. Well, we got 2 more questions here.
Yeah. Break out your planetary knowledge on this one. If it's 5 p.m. in Los Angeles, what time is it in London?
I don't know. I'm asleep.
What time is it in what time is it in?
If it's 5 p.m. in Los Angeles, what time would it be in London?
2 a.m.
Nope.
3 a.m.
No.
1 a.m.
You can't just keep spitting
Oh, it's
out
midnight.
numbers.
Midnight. I'm sorry. It's
Is
midnight.
that your definitive answer?
Yes, it's midnight. It's 7
okay,
hours.
so we know
yeah.
Dean's definitive answer. Justin, would you like to throw out a time? Or 4, apparently.
what are they? They're 6 hours ahead of us. LA is 2 hours ahead of us. So it'd be 8 hours.
Hold it together, Bridget.
I don't know.
Blurt out of time. Give us a time.
Midnight.
Okay, so you're both on
So-
midnight.
Okay, so wait, Dean gets a definitive answer, and then Addison asks for somebody else because Dean's apparently wrong. So he's
No, I
still
just
looking
want
for
I
the
just want to
right
make
one.
sure everyone's getting a fair shot here. I just need to know.
Hey, Bridget, throw out 1 a.m.
Was it midnight?
I said I don't care because I'm asleep.
At 5 o'clock.
It was 1 a.m., yeah.
What? I
1
said it
a.m.
was. I already
So-
said 1 a.m.
You said your definitive answer was midnight.
Oh,
You were
okay.
just spitting out answers.
I'll give you half a point.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, half.
All right,
Can you
we got-
imagine if this was a drinking game? My lord.
It is for me.
It is for Justin and his
It
grapes
is Friday.
over there.
I got my bag of grapes right here.
All right.
All right,
Goodness.
Lois, this last question.
Yeah, this is the last question.
Wait, should we do double or not? What's the score? Go in the-
Well, if you include your half a point, which I will honor since Addison gave it to you, you have 5.5 points. I have 5, and Bridget has 6. So it's a close game.
anybody's game.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. How many dots are on one 6-sided die?
21.
Yes. Dean got it.
Because Dean worked in a casino.
I did.
He also goes to tailgaters a lot.
It works.
Shake of the day.
All right. Well,
And I play Farkle, so you have to know that for Farkle, too.
Well, I guess with that half point you were awarded, you're technically the winner here.
Hey, Al, congratulations. What's Al win?
Red and orange.
Red and orange.
Al wins red and orange. Al's going to win
Totally.
some fun stuff. We're going to shoot you an email there, Al, on what you're going to win. Everybody else is going to get entered in for a chance to win that grand prize that we'll be drawing. Oh, it's still several weeks away, but you're all being entered. Barry, Sarah, Al, and Al again. I'll send you that email on what you won. How you can come pick that up here at the studio. We got to catch up with a few of our sponsors when we come back. A check on the forecast. We still got a few ag topics we're going to rip through here and any questions that you might have, so stay tuned. And welcome back to the program. Thanks for rejoining us. 151.37 right now. Yeah, check on that forecast coming up here in a hot minute or two. But before we touch on the forecast, let's talk a little bit about cattle. And what about cattle,
Which
you might
part?
be asking? Yes, Bridgette, what part? Let's talk about the eye. The eye of cattle and pink eye.
So it's back to school. Kids are going to come home with all sorts of things. Snotty noses, case of head lice, pink eye.
Ew.
Pink eye spreads really rapidly. But pink eye also spreads amongst your cattle herds as well. And part of the problem that spreads them around is actually flies. So fly control is very important. And flies are, this is their time of year. It's like their highlight of the summer is to be out and around. So as flies go from animal to animal, they transfer that little bacteria from one animal to the other when they crawl around by the eye, and they spread pink eye amongst your herd that way. Fun fact. But also, if your cattle are out grazing and you're in, like you have some scrub brush or something that's going to scratch their eye, that leaves an injury that once again is even faster for pink eye to spread, because when the flies land there, now they don't have to worry about how long will it take for infection. It happens almost instantaneously when the flies walk across that scrape and allows the virus to enter in. So pink eye in cattle can be much like humans. They avoid direct sunlight, they get that weepy eye, and it can eventually lead to blindness. When cattle have pink eye, they tend to lose body condition because they can't see where the food is. If that eye is damaged, they can't see out of it. So that's a downside for them as well. You can treat, you definitely want to make sure that you keep the flies down. In fact, there's a number of food additives that are feed additives that contain garlic that are touted to keep fly control going in your herd, that flies don't like the garlic. And then additionally, you can have a custom made vaccine for your herd if pink eye is very much out of control. And there's a company in Minnesota called Genova Labs that can actually make that. They'll take blood samples out of your herd and then create the right vaccine to help all of your animals out.
I think we had Genova on with us, did we not?
We did. Her name is Melanie Hulta, and she runs that company. And yes, she can do custom vaccinations for your herds.
Yeah, that was an interesting conversation we had there. We're heading into the middle of, we're in the middle of August, and we're heading to the end of August. And we got harvest going on, and pre-piling is going to be starting up here, and eventually moving into beans and beets and corn. Some reminders, staying safe out there. I know a lot of rain has fallen. That's going to cause the fields to get muddy. And when you start seeing more of the equipment and trucks going in and out of those fields, they're likely going to start carrying some of the soil, Sarah, dirt, mud, onto the roadways. And that can cause for some slippery segments of highways and whatnot. So just a reminder to keep an eye on that, since we've had so much water come through. And Bridgette, I know you got other tips and safety facts as well.
Make sure that as far as if you are out there during pre-pile, and even as we approach sugar beet harvest, if fields are muddy, farmers will put up caution signs so that you're careful when you're traveling those roadways. They will also make sure to scrape excessive mud off as soon as they're done out of that field, so you don't have trucks constantly dragging the mud up onto the highways. Additionally, slow down. You may have some drivers in those trucks and other pieces of equipment that aren't very familiar with the area, or they're going to turn out left to make a wide right on narrow approaches and other smaller roads. So take the time to talk to other drivers in your family, especially those who are new licensees and maybe don't have a lot of familiarity driving during harvest. Take your time, be careful, watch for the slow moving vehicle signs on the back of tractors. They would be that reflective orange and white triangle so that you slow down. Even when tractors and so forth are running in road gear, you're still sub 20 miles an hour depending on the piece of equipment. Some can get up to 30, but that's significantly slower than the 55, 60, 70, and 80 miles an hour you're traveling. So slow it down, be cautious, and especially as we start going in and out of grain bins, we want to make sure that you always have somebody with you, wear your harnesses. Don't get into those bins because it's way too high of a risk of danger for many, many people. So let's be careful every chance we get. Really need to hear that.
Yeah, and a lot of times with some of the larger equipment on some of the side roads, county roads and whatnot, it's not necessarily the next road they're turning down, but maybe the next field entrance as well that they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind before you just start passing farm equipment at a high rate of speed. They'll let you pass you if they have the opportunity to go onto the shoulder. They'll pull over and let you pass them. They won't let you get stuck behind them for too long.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just be careful. And there's a lot more school buses out on the roads now, too. We're getting small schools back into session. And so pay attention. If they're stopping where it seems like an odd place and their little stop sign pops out on the driver's side, maybe they're letting kids off that are walking up a driveway into their farmyards, etc. So be cautious around those school buses.
Indeed. And I think to sum it up, just don't be dumb.
Please.
Problem solved.
We prefer. I like
Be
to think
smart
we
on
have
the
the
road.
smartest. We have the smartest listening group out there. They are going to be far better at this than most people. That's what we like to see.
Indeed, indeed. Well, why don't we figure out what's going on with the weather? Because, I don't know. I think the weather's a little dumb right now. It ruined my softball night on Wednesday, so I'm a little upset about that. It's been several weeks since I've played ball now.
Hopefully next Thursday.
Can
Feel
I
spicy about
play
that?
next Wednesday, Dean? Or
Well,
am
it's
I
Wednesdays. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you should be right from
should
the way
be?
it looks now.
Should be. What do you mean
Should
should be?
be. Should be.
Should.
Yeah.
Will I or not?
Yeah, you'll play. How's that?
Okay.
We've
Red
got
and orange.
There we go. See, we got it's still a few spotty showers left over on radar, but most of those starting to diminish right now, leaving us with cloudy skies for the rest of the day. A few breaks in the sun in the northern valley. Highs today, low 70s. Northwest winds about 10 to 25, a little gusty at times. And then clouds tonight, low to mid 60s. Northwest winds lightening up, and then light winds on Saturday, decreasing clouds. Highs in the upper 70s, although a little cooler in Lakes Country. And then Sunday, sunshine, a beautiful day. Light winds, low 80s. We'll be in the low to mid 80s on Monday. Chance of storms comes into the forecast Tuesday. And then we'll stay in the 80s for the rest of next week.
Cool. See you later. Bye.